Zaldrizes buzdaris gosdau.
House of the Dragon Season 2 filming continues. In this video, I want to discuss 5 different things, 2 of them being leaked scenes, and then a couple other, just leaked information about House of the Dragon Season 2. This video won't be very long, so before I jump into that, if you enjoy this, please do me a massive favor. Slap a like on it. Like goal is going to be 420. And then also, if you want to take a step further and you really enjoy this video, subscribe. Please subscribe to me here on YouTube. That massively helps out my channel and anybody that you're a fan of. Like if you enjoy a person's content here on YouTube and you just haven't pulled the trigger yet, go ahead and do so. It's one of the best things you can do for their channel. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Alright, so first things first, we have this image. Or video rather, to go along with this image, and I'll try to put a couple of screen caps up. I learned my lesson with playing video footage of leaks on my channel here on YouTube. Basically, I won't be doing that. Screen caps it is. But anyway, this is Emma Darcy, and they are in the role of Rhaenyra Targaryen for House of the Dragon Season 2, and they're walking on a beach with, seems like Syrax is behind them. As you can tell, there's a dragon with a foam mount head. Now, as a disclaimer, I will say some people have actually come out since the video edit of this was released, and please go follow me on Twitter if you want to know the latest leaks. Usually, like 99% of the time, I'm always talking about House of the Dragon stuff. Please go follow me at _Hunts or at Mr. Westeros. That's also the name of my second channel here on YouTube. But anyway, as a disclaimer, people are saying that this is actually Daemon, right? I know it's not. I can tell because when you watch the footage, even though it's blurry, the original, image of it was a person with a long braid. And Daemon has never, in House of the Dragon, right, Season 1, has never worn his hair like that. Like he's had, his hair pulled back before, but never in one long braid. And remember, he's gotten his hair cut, so it's not long enough to do that. Also, the silhouette of the person who's filming is very not Daemon-like. Like they appear slender and not the same build as Matt Smith, right? So in my opinion, this is Rhaenyra with Syrax. And what I think is actually happening, now that we have video footage to it and I compared and contrast the backdrop of what's going on with these dragon seeds, I'm positive Rhaenyra's giving the dragon seeds one final speech, right, before they go and try it and attempt to claim their own dragon. And you know what? Now that I went through and found the image of what Daemon's hair looked like during the Battle of the Stepstones, you gotta realize, or I forgot at least, when he cut his hair, that was 10 years or so before the current events of the story. So it totally could have grown back out. This totally could be Daemon. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Now, the next bit of information I want to discuss is kind of interesting, right? So Matt Smith is confirmed to be filming in Wales. One of the many sets that they've built in northern Wales is they're going to be different locations. One of them is going to be Harren Hall. That's going to be the main thing that Prince Daemon will be doing next season, is continuing the wars. From a strategic standpoint, Harren Hall is the most the best place to have in all of the Riverlands. And remember, Rhaenyra's got a bunch of people who are laying their banners to her. They're going to follow her in the battle. So Daemon taking Harren Hall's being filmed in Wales. And also, the actor, Matt Smith, mentioned at a Comic-Con just the other day that he enjoys filming Season 2 House of the Dragon with Emma Darcy, and that they are an amazing, not verbatim, but basically they're an amazing person to work with. So, my opinion, that confirms that Matt Smith it could likely be filming some scenes other than Harren Hall, especially if he's filmed with Emma Darcy, because they are not, or their character rather, is not at Harren Hall when Daemon takes it. They're on Dragonstone. And then next up, this is kind of just a random thought. I have seen a couple really big Twitter accounts mention that House of the Dragon Season 2 filming on location is finished, and they mentioned this several days ago. I just want to say, I don't think that's true. We're still pretty early in the filming process, so to speak. They've been only doing it for a few months, and also, if I'm not mistaken, there hasn't been any massive battles, right? Rook's Rest and all that stuff. They filmed some scenes, but there hasn't been stuff where people have been lit on fire. And you could argue that that's going to be done in Leavesden, right? They're going to do it in the outside part of Leavesden. But in my opinion, it's just not, it's too soon to say they're done filming on location. They could do pickup shots or reshoots or any number of things that could happen during a normal filming process for a show like Game of Thrones. It's just too early to say they're done filming on location. I don't agree with those rumors. Let me know what you think down below, please. Now, we're making really good time for this video, so I just want to mention something that I enjoy thoroughly reading in Fire and Blood and World of Ice and Fire. There's a moment, right, after the Battle of the Gullet, where Rhaenyra takes King's Landing. I've talked about it several times in my videos. One of the things that I leave out is that Rhaenyra dons black plate armor and flies Syrax across the Blackwater Bay on a stormy night to end up taking King's Landing. Her and Daemon's dragons are wheeling above the skies of King's Landing, and then boom, she sits the Iron Throne. So maybe it's just me and my excitement, but that is going to be one of the most badass moments ever. Like, if y'all remember, in Game of Thrones Season 8, Daenerys was fighting zombies in Winterfell alongside Jorah, and her dragons are wheeling in the sky, and that was an amazing moment. Like, that didn't happen in canon, it probably won't happen in canon, but it was really cool to watch Daenerys getting her hands dirty on screen. It was dope. I love the the juxtaposition of Daenerys out there actually fighting White Walkers, and Sansa, who is completely just as capable as Daenerys, not knowing what to do with a knife. Oh my god, stick him with the pointy end, you dunce. Anyway, but yeah, so, yeah. That's not the case with the Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra wears armor. Rhaenyra has a saddle. Rhaenyra has Syrax. And it's going to be amazing. That's probably going to happen in Season 2. It'll be one of the, hopefully it'll be like a longer scene. We can see her flying for a few minutes across Blackwater Bay. And she's got Daemon next to her. And their armors, like, just look amazing, like they're complete in their dragon epicness. I can't wait to see it. All right, now the last thing I want to discuss for this video is actually the most exciting thing for the entire contents of this video. So there was this image that was taken with Harry Collette, the actor who plays Jacaerys, and it was posted on Instagram. Right, I saw someone share it on Twitter and then found the post through Harry Collette's Instagram, because he's was tagged in the post, so you can look and see all of the recent posts that the actors have been tagged in. In that picture, and I'm showing you right now, when you zoom in the right side of it, right, so in the top right, that's Baela. That's Baela Targaryen in her wig getting ready to film. Because this was in Wales, right? You may be thinking, like, okay, that's not really that crazy. Obviously, Jacaerys and Baela are together on the TV show. Of course, they're going to have scenes filmed. Well, since that picture came out, I've been sent some information through the DMs. And one person says that the scenes that they're actually filming are Jace flies back to Dragonstone and has a stroll with Baela. Baela is excited that Jacaerys is home and wants to marry. They want to get married immediately. Or Baela does, rather. Jace refuses and is kind of like taken back. And it's because he marries Sarah Snow. Baela finds out about this because Jace can't really keep a secret and slaps Jace in the face. This person mentions that the scene is very similar to when Tyrion slaps the crap out of Joffrey. Now, it's a leaked scene. Take it with a grain of salt. Take all this leaked information with a grain of salt. It's all a load of horse crap, and it's meant to do nothing but entertain us while we wait for House of the Dragon Season 2 to actually air on our screens. So, like, we'll be getting a trailer probably sometime within the next 6 months or so, right? A teaser trailer probably before the end of this year. Let me know what you think about that down below. Once again, this person says that Jace flies back to Dragonstone, right, and then walks with Baela on the beach. Baela mentions how she wants to get married, but Jace is like taken aback and sort of like Baela can tell something's wrong with Jace, and he ends up telling her that he got married to Sarah Snow and like it was part of the Pact of Ice and Fire, and he had no choice if he wanted to have Winterfell's help pledge themselves to his mother Rhaenyra. But in all actuality, he probably just liked Sarah Snow. Like I said, nonsense. Take it with a grain of salt, right? But then another person told me that Jace and Bella do in fact get married. And it's like a quick wedding that we just see a couple of scenes of. And then at the end of the season, before Jace goes off to die in the Battle of the Gullet, Baela and Jace have several scenes when Rhaenyra is taking King's Landing where Jace is teaching Baela how to fly her dragon Moondancer. So like, this person is basically saying that before, Jace goes off to die in the Battle of the Gullet, which we know is going to be taking place in Season 3, Baela and Jace actually do get married, and they have several scenes together where Baela's dragon Moondancer, in canon, is not big enough to fly, so that's being changed for the show, and it is barely just big enough for it to fly now, and Baela is learning how to fly from Jacaerys. Like, in my opinion, that's more believable than the first leak that I mentioned. Let me know what you all think down below in the comment section. Now, what actually happens in canon is Baela, after Rhaenyra takes King's Landing, right? Baela spends most of her time between Dragonstone and Driftmark. And then ultimately, when King Aegon takes Dragonstone, Baela is at Dragonstone, but she slips out of her room window and goes to the stables and mounts her dragon Moondancer, who at this time, like I said in canon, is just barely big enough to keep her in the air, but she flies up to meet Aegon and Sunfire as Aegon and Sunfire descend onto the courtyard of Dragonstone to, like, he's going to, take the throne there. But Baela flies up and meets him midair. They fight, and it's an amazing scene in which the dragons go crashing into the ground. Baela stays on her dragon Moondancer, and because of that, she's horrifically maimed, right? But she's saved by a maester. But Aegon, King Aegon II, actually jumps off of his dragon Sunfire and breaks both of his legs. But Sunfire is just barely alive after that. Just has just enough energy to eat Rhaenyra. Alright, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could, please, slap a like on this video. Like goal is going to be 420. Also, please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my content here on YouTube. And a super special shout out to every single executive producer over on my Dragonite tier over on Patreon. Those members are the North Must Remember, Breanne Johnson, Mixed Queen Destiny Phillips 420, and Tyler Schnabel. They are all executive producers of this video, and without their support, it wouldn't really be possible. If you want to join my Patreon, consider checking it out. It's linked down below in the description. Got a bunch of changes coming next month. So thank you for watching this video. Long night, and